Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello everyone, my sound is clear?
Yes, honey.
Yes. Okay, let's start our today's session. Uh, Today I'm very excited because I'm going to share something very nice with you. It's about doing the relationships and do it in the smart way. So let's start. Let me share my screen. What we have here, I'll start with this file. This file, what we did in the last lesson, we have here the activity list. We put the duration here. Okay. So this duration, as we said, you can come and visit it whenever it is required. And from this one, we created the durations and we round it up to have something not with decimals. I mean, no decimals, integer. So this is what we have now. And what we have here is our latest version. And since we are going to make too many changes to it, so I'm going to copy, and I'll create a new one. As we agreed, whenever you are doing big changes or major changes to your schedule, it is better to back up your schedule and start from a new revision. So if something goes wrong, nothing will be impacted. So I'm going to call this one 0.2. This is my schedule. Okay. And I would like to implement now whatever durations I have here in this schedule. So simply, I'm going to export a spreadsheet and I'll export the activities. This one. And here I have one template, as I remember. We have here what we need is the original duration, which is fine. I'm going to export it to somewhere I can find it. I'll put it in the downloads. Okay. Next, finish. And I will click close. Now I'll go to my downloads one. I'll open this one. This will open for me the current durations in my schedule. Now I need to change this one with the one I have created. So I'll make VLOOKUP. I will look up for this activity in my table here. And I need this round up value. So I'm going to select the column number 3 with exact match, close it, and double click to drag the formula. Okay. Now here, before importing this one, I would like to do some check to be sure that I don't have too much duration and I don't have too less duration. So for example, here, the first thing came and I see it, I have for columns and wall 140 days, which is not logic. So let me check this activity. It can't be 140 days for columns. Do you agree with me? So this is a stage where you need to check what is going on. This one. If you double click this one, it will tell you from where this 140 days came from. It will create a new sheet with the values. So mainly this came from this one, which is column and walls, ground floor. Okay, so I would like to copy this one to search in my activity list for this one to check what is wrong with it. This is 140 days. However, it looks like this activity or this scope of work only loaded to the ground floor. So from here, from the BOQ, let me check this one because it doesn't make sense to have 140 days. There is a filter, I believe. Let me remove the filters. Okay, I have to copy it again. from this new sheet. Created this one, okay. It looks like this activity was loaded only to the ground floor, so it was not distributed. Yes, this is as expected. So the solution for it is to reduce this one to, let's say, 25 days, because it will not be distributed to all floors. Going back to the durations, now I'm going to refresh all to see if this one will change. Okay, as we agreed, we need to do it 2 times. Refresh all again. Here, and we can find this one 25. So as I'm using VLOOKUP, it is already updated here. Okay, what else we can see? We can filter the activities 1 day. This is also 1 day. A little bit have some worries about activities with 1 day, unless it is really worth 1 day. We shouldn't put 1 day, to be honest. 1 day is too short duration. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bypass all the 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and I'll make all of this one 5 days. Because I don't like 1 day duration in my schedule. You might like it, and it might be reasonable for you. It's fine, no problem. But for me, the minimum duration I can put in a schedule is 5 days. At least there is some tolerance where we can move. Okay, once you are happy with this one, copy and close this one. 1, 2, 3. Then don't forget to change the data from text to column. We will make it comma, text, and finish. Now I'm going to save this one. I'll close this file. And here I'm going to import this file again. I select activities and I will import it to my project. I click finish. Let's see the results. Okay, was successful. Now you need to look at the activities here. If you would like to have another look, I'm going to remove this baseline so we won't get confused. This later on we'll use it. will remove this bar, which is primary baseline, just to focus on the activities I have. And if you are happy with these activities, we are good to start making some links. Okay, activity links. There are 2 ways. There is one traditional way where you can simply say, okay, mobilization. After the mobilization, I will do the BC Raft Foundation, for example, like this. And you start making the relationships by clicking and dragging. However, I would prefer to start with some mass relationships. Then we fine-tune our relationships with this drag thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to export the spreadsheet, this one, the activity relationships. I select the project. I have here one template for the activity relationships. Let me open what I need. Predecessor, successor, relationship type. There is 2 predecessor activity status and successor activity status. Actually, I don't need them, but it is fixed in the export, so I cannot get rid of them. Okay, even I try to remove it, will not be removed. And the most important also thing is the lag. I will say, okay, next, I'm going to export this file because I would like to see how Primavera works in order to create something relevant to it. Okay, now here, sorry, this I have the activity relationships. So what I have here, I have here the predecessor successor relationship type, and this one, even the app stars, it means whatever I'll change here, nothing will be impacted. So simply I can delete them. I don't need them. Okay. And I click save. So this is the activity. Primavera think this way. The activity, what is the activity before it? Always you are looking to the activity before this activity. Okay. So in that case, I need to prepare something in our data model. So it will make my life easy. For example, if I would like to make one activity or one relationship between columns and walls, all columns and all walls in my schedule, I would like to put one relationship between all of them. How to do this one? Okay, so in order to do this, I'm going to create here. I'll make this one relationships. Okay. And I need to use the same structure of Primavera, predecessor, successor, relationship type, lag. Okay. I'm going to use the same, exactly the same. For example, I need to have this activity, what the activity before the activity I'm selecting. So I'm going to select this one. Okay. But here, I don't want to use the specific beams and slab for water tank. I want to use the master activity ID. We agreed that the master activity ID, which we have here, let me remind you, this master activity ID, okay, I want to use it from here. So simply, I will remove whatever after the M010, I remove this one. So here, I will put in the relationships only the master activity ID. So this is the master activity ID for slabs, and before the slabs we have the columns. So I'll take the columns. Okay. And this relationship is finished to start, and lag is 0. Let me convert this one to a table by pressing Control T. Then click OK. I'll call this one relationships. Now, I would like to do a magic here using Excel. So my magic stick should go and find all the activities which has master activity ID of this one and put relevant successor and create one sheet for me ready to import to Primavera. Can you think about this one? So actually, I did some trial errors until I find the solution, okay? And it works perfectly. So simply what I'm going to do, I'm going to, from data, get data from other sources, from table. I would like to add this one as a query only. So what I'm going to do, close and load to, and I will make it only connection. So I have here the relationships. This is the relationship. You can call it relationship bank. You can call it whatever you want. This is the relationship I would like to have. Okay. Now, I need to have one sheet or one query which contains the activity ID, okay, and the master activity ID as well. So from activities, I'm going to create a new query. This query, okay, will help me to do my magic in the second step. So let me explain to you what I'm going to do, okay? I have this table. Actually, what I have here, I need only the master activity ID. So I'm going to remove all of this one I don't need. I have the master activity ID, okay? And then I have here master activity name, crew ID, crew name, duration. All this one I don't need. Okay. I will leave the floor code for a reason. I will tell you in a second. So I have master activity ID, floor code, activity ID. I don't need activity duration. I need to have this table only. So this master activity ID, which is M01, okay, has this activity ID and so on. But here, if you notice that because this activity sheets has all the BOQ, remember we assigned BOQ too many times for the same activity, so I can't find it is repeated here. So how to do this one? From remove rows, I just need to remove duplicates. So I'll be sure that this activity ID exists once, okay? And I have here always a reference that this activity, master activity ID is relevant to this activity ID. And I will call this one activities for relationships. Don't be confused if you don't understand it from the first time, okay? It is always, if you don't want to go this way, you can go here and do the manual relationships. But I promise you, if you understand this relationship method, okay, and you try to practice on it, you will find it very nice. But let me be patient with me, bear with me, see what we are going to achieve. Okay, so here I'm going to close and load to, I'm going only connection also. So what I have here, I have relationships, I have activity, which has master activity ID and master activity name. Can we merge both? If I click this one and I click merge, where is merge? This one. So I want to merge my relationship table with the activity for relationship. How we can link this one will be linked with this one. Let's see what we will have here. Let's click OK. Let's open this one. We have here let's open it all, then we remove whatever we don't want. Okay, so this M010, which is M010, what it's bringing to me? It brings to me all the activity IDs which start with M010 or linked to M010, which is my master activity ID. Now I don't need this one, I can remove. I will keep the floor for a reason I will tell you later on, okay? And then I will call this one, this is activity ID, which in our case is our successor, right? This successor, we'll replace it with this one because we want to be specific. But now here, we are missing the successor. We need the activity ID relevant to this successor. So we are going to make this in a second step. What I will call this one, relationships 1. Okay. Then I'll make close and load to. I'll make only connection also. I don't need any reports now. Then from the relationships, I'll make a merge again. Sorry if it is complicated, but when you understand it, you will find it very easy. Now I'm going to link this one with successor, okay, with this one, and let's see what we will have. Let's open. I have see one comment. Okay, okay. We have a question here that what is different between query types, query and the connection only? The only difference is when you make a connection only. Okay, this is good to know also. When you have connection only, it is not necessary to have this table. That's it. If I didn't select connection only, it will create a table for me. I don't need it now. Okay, so I need only the connection to use it in another query. Okay, again, it is very simple, believe me. Okay, don't be confused. What we created so far, we have here the relationships table, and we have created the step 1. What we have in step 1, let's open it again. We have here the predecessor, okay, and the successor relationship type. So what we have here is M010. I need all the activities which has M010, which is this one, okay? And then the successor, I need all the activities which has the activity or master activity ID M09. I don't have it yet. This is what I'm going to do in my next step, okay? So simply what I'm going to do, I'm going to merge this one with the activity for relationship, but this time I'm going to use a successor with the master activity ID. What I will have here, it will give me all the activities which has the successor, and it will return back to me the activity ID. So I'm going to open this one. I will select the floor code, or let me select all, then I'll delete it. What I have here, this is the, I remove this one. This is the floor, okay? And this is the successor. So let me explain to you. Here I started with, I need all the master activity with M10. I ended up with all the activities with M10, okay, which has M10 as activity as master activity ID. And this is very nice. Now I need to have all the activity or the which has master activity ID M09. Now I have it here. But if you notice that I have here for M10, I have for water tank, ground floor, first floor, blah, 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 blah. So I need only to match the floors. So I need the relevant activity in the same floor. That's why I put the floor code here. This is floor code 1. And this is this one, floor code 2. Now I'm going to make a column, custom column. I call it floor match. Floor code 1, I'll insert equal to floor code 2. And I'll click OK to give me true false statement. What is the use of this one, Yahani? Okay. If I say now I would like to clean up this table, okay. So I'm going to remove this one. I don't need the floor code. I need only the activity ID. I don't need this one. Okay. Remove columns. Now I have here the successor, the predecessor, the relationship type, I'll put it here. The lag, I'll put it here. Let me now call this one relationships to B6. Let me call it like this. And this time I'll make close and load to, and I'll make it a table. Okay, this is a table. This is different between output of the query. This will create me a table. This will create a pivot table. This pivot chart. This is only connection. Now I need a table. I'll click OK. Let me put it here. Now, if you can see, this water tank slab is linked with column of water tank and column of R5 and column of R4 and column of R3 and column of R2. This is not correct, right? I need only the same floor only. In other words, when it is the floor match is true, all the false are not applicable because I will not link the slab of the water tank to, for example, columns of level 3. So let me add one step here and make a filter, logical filter equals when it is equal to true only. It means in the same floor. Then I make close and load. Now, if you can see here, I only have this water tank, R5, R5, R4, R4, R3, R3, and so on. Now I don't need this column. Let me remove it from my query. I'll remove this one. Then close and save. Okay, so Hani, do you mean that we can copy this one to Primavera? Yes. I can copy this one. I can paste it here. Okay. And this just we need to make format cells number. No decimal even. I would like to delete this relationship, so I always have this relationships only. And the lag, to be in the safe side, I'm going to data text to column, next, text here, and finish. Let me save this one and import it. So it will delete this relationship for me, and it will create all these relationships for me. Let's try it. Close this one. And from here, file, import, spreadsheet, next. I'll select it. I saved it in my downloads. You can save it whatever you want, doesn't matter. Okay, next, activity relationships. This one, and finish. And successful. What we have here? We have here, let's run our program. This relationship should be removed and new relationships should appear. This one was removed. Now you can see that the columns, we mixed them, by the way. Okay, we need to change them because we put here the 10, we put 10 and 9. We need the 10 to be filled, then 9. What we did here, relationship. Okay, what we have here the opposite because the columns after the beams, as you can see here, that the beams, the activity before. So we need, what is the activity before the beams is the columns. Yeah, it is correct. So we just need to reserve our order. Whether you reserve it here, this, before this, so the successor of M10, M10 successor is this one. It is correct here. So we just need to change our query. This instead of this here, and click and load. Okay. Now, since we know already our imported relationships, Primavera still, okay. Let me export it. A spreadsheet, activity relationships, this one. Okay, we have it here. Okay, next, same place. Okay, Primavera sometimes hanging this sheet. Okay, so I'm going to change the name only. Relationship 1. Okay, next, finish, close. Here's this one. Okay, so I would like to delete all these relationships, the old one. And I'll take the new one. Don't forget to delete these two columns. Okay, and then we match the format here. On data, text to column. Next, finish. Comma, we need it as a text. Okay, save, close. Let's import this one. File, import. Spreadsheet. Okay, hopefully it will work fine this time. Okay. So I'm going to delete the old relationship, create a new relationship, so it should be fine. Let me try it. Now the columns first, okay, then the beams. Now perfect. Okay, so let's review what we did. I need you to understand this one because if you understand this concept, it will help you a lot. Again, what you did, Yahani, let me tell you. I did here something like relationship where I can define any master activity as a predecessor and put the successor for it, okay? And then the query will search all relevant activities in my schedule and will create for me these relationships. In order to do this one, I just added this one as a connection to have it here. Why I need it here? So I can merge it with other activities, with other queries, sorry. Then from the activity, this one, I created a custom table, okay, for my use only. I don't need all this data. I need certain data. So what I did, I imported as a query, and then I kept the activity master activity ID, floor code, and the activity ID. Then after this one, I removed duplicates because I need only one activity ID as a reference. Otherwise, when I merge this one with other tables, it will cause a problems for me. Again, after I did this one, I merged these two tables together. Merge mean what? Think of merge like VLOOKUP. For each M010, find for me the activity ID. And this is what we did here. So we have all the activity ID which start with M010. And since we know that M010 is for the slab, so we are good. I use this one again with the activities to have the final one. Why? Because I need also the activity ID for the successor. Okay, for the successor, this one, I now came to know the activity ID of this one, all the activity ID for this one. Now I need to do the same to have this one, but I have a problem here that it will link all the activity ID or master activity ID for all floors to all floors. It means basement 5, it will be linked to basement 5, basement 4, basement 3, basement 2, basement 1, ground, first, second, so and so and so. So what I did, I have here the floor code. So I did one custom column. Okay. In this custom column, I just make a very simple formula to check the predecessor code and the successor code. If they are the same, it will be true. If it is not the same, it will be false. Then I filtered everything to show only the true. What it will show? This slab columns for the same floor. Okay, Hani, you took some time to create this one. What is the benefit of it? It is a huge benefit. Let me tell you. Okay, now I need to link. We started here. Okay. You might now have this. Since this is a valid relationship, we can copy and put it here because we will delete this one. So later on, if I would like to create all the relationships in one time, I can paste all of them here and use it. Now I need to do one by one. Okay. So here what we have, what is before? Now I'm looking for what is before. What is before masonry work? Okay, let me think. I need to make this one. All the masonry work should start after the beams and the slabs and 28 days, for example. So I'm going to make this one. This is the master activity ID for masonry work, and this is the beams and the slabs. I'll make it finish to start. Then I'll make after 28 days, I will start. And let's go to this one. Okay. Making data, refresh all. Let's see what will happen here. Okay, I have very nice table. Can we use it? Let's see. When Control C, I can open any of these two sheets I created. Now I can bypass this one, paste. I remove this one, I remove this one. Only this one need to change text to column, next, text, finish, then save it, and I will save, close. Then I'm going to file, import, spreadsheet, and then in the downloads, this one, next, activity relationships, I will import it to my project, finish, close, let's run it. As you can see here, all the masonry work will start after 28 days from the beams and slabs. And this was done for the whole project. Imagine, for the whole project, I did it in one time. For all the, and is it correct? Let me see. This one linked to what? To this one. Okay, very nice. Now, let's see. This one is linked to this one. We can show the links here, so it will be clear. So this is links to this one, and this is links to this one. Okay, now let's play. Okay, what else we can do as activity? Now I'm looking for activity to see what is the activity before. Okay, let me try for one activity applicable for one activity only. So I'm going to, what is before BC? What is before BC? I will say the before BC will be the, I'm going to copy this one first. As I told you, you can use this one as activity bank later on to put it all here one time and create all the activity relationship one time. Okay, so here I need to assign activity before BC. So I'm going to use this one as a master activity ID. What is before it, ya Hani? Let's say the mobilization. And let's see now if our query will work or not, because this is applicable in one item only, because we only have one BC under raft. We have only one mobilization. Let us check if it will work. Go to data, refresh all. We should have one line of data here only. We missed something. M06, M02. We are missing something here. We should have here one activity only. Okay. From the source, we have here, this is correct. Okay. Then expanding, foundation and foundation. Okay, it's working fine, all fine here up to here. It is false. Why? The floor match. You can see, you see, because this is not in the same floor. Because this is not in the same floor. Yes, definitely. So it means our query is correct. This will work only in one floor. So if we don't want to stick to the floor, we can simply filter rows. We can show all clear, select all. If you don't want to make it to one floor, you can do it, by the way, like this. Close and load. You will find it here now. It will come now. Yes, this one. Because this is in different floors. If you can see here, this is all floors. This is foundation. So I'm happy to have it this one because this is verified that my query is working fine. So I can use this one manually, no problem. And I will come back to my query to reactivate the floor. Now I'm confident that only the floor in the same floor. No, it is have a logical filter equals. Come on. Okay. Let me use another example. Like we can say that where is the MEP first fix? Because I just pipes. So I will start the pipes after the finishing of masonry, for example. So I'll put here just to fix this all floors because I can see only one floor. So the pipes after the masonry work. Masonry work, what is the masonry work here? M013. A. Finish to start, looks fine. I'm going to data refresh all. Now it will show for me all the floors. I'm going to fix it. You can see now I'm going to double click this one. Filter rows. I'm going to select only true because I needed only one floor. Close and load. Now this one. Okay. One question. Do I need to do it one by one? No, of course not. Let's say you have here, okay, after the masonry work, we need to do all the MEP pipes. This is the first one. Then we have here this one also. I can use it. So I can make a bulk relationship. I will use this one also with the same. Okay, this is the cold water pipes. Then here, what we have in all the first fix, distribution boards. Okay, I will take it. After the masonry works, cable tray, all the activities related to the masonry works. I'll take it one time. What else we have here related to the masonry works? Okay, let's start with this one. I'm going to copy. Control V. Let me save this one. Okay. Then I'll go to here, make refresh all. Wait for a minute. Now I have a bunch of relationships ready to be imported to the Primavera. All of this one. Okay, I'm going to copy. I'll open this one. I'll paste it 1, 2, 3 here. Just I'll make sure that this one text to column, comma, text, finish, save, and I can import this bulk relationship in one time. طيب يعني how do you think this will help us? It will save a lot of time, especially in the bulk relationship. Imagine if you are going to do the relationships one by one for all of these activities. It will take a lot of time. Now we have here, see, after the masonry, we have the pipes, we have this one, this one, this one. We can run it. Very nice. Okay. So this is applicable for all floors. طيب يا هاني, we need to make links between floors. How to do it? This is actually can be done in Primavera. It is better. So I'm going to filter the columns and walls, beams and slabs. Let's do this filter. Activity name contains columns and walls. Here, and it means these two conditions should be applied, but I need either of these conditions, so I'll make it or. Activity name contains beams and slabs. Columns. Okay. I think we misspelled columns. So let me copy it from here. Okay, now we need to link all after beams. I will do the second columns, right? Then like this is easy to do it in Primavera. However, I will tell you also one trick now. I'm trying to give you the fastest method, whether it is in Excel or in Primavera. Here we have it like this. So I'm linking all the activities together. Okay. Almost finished. We can do it in Excel also, by the way. But I see this one is simple, so it is not necessary to complicate everything. We just will focus on the Excel to use the complicated relationship or bulk relationships. But for this one, it is fine, and we'll do it once only. And I'll tell you one another tip now, which we usually do it for resource leveling and so on. It's very nice. Okay. Now we have this one, okay. Let me remove the filter. Now we'll start finding our project, start getting the shape. Okay, let's see that we would like to link all the masonry works together. So I'm going to copy this one and I will filter this one. I want to be sure that I'm working in one floor only per time in the masonry work. What I can do, simply I'll click all the masonry works, right click, and then link activities. Ta-da, finish. It is all linked together now. So if I have one team only working for a certain area, I can link all the activities by one click. Okay, and then I can run my schedule and we'll start playing with the relationships. But before going further, I would like to be sure that you are following up with me. I didn't do something from the earth. So please tell me, is it too difficult to understand or it is can be understood? Do you need more explanation, more elaboration in the query section? Tell me, no problem. If you have any questions, it is important for me that you fully understand this step because it is important to understand it actually in my point of view. It is not a big deal. It is not difficult. However, it needs little bit practice. If you practice this one and you succeeded to do this query, you will be able to do any other queries. Okay, I can see on what is the comment. Okay, I assume that it is okay for you. Actually, when you try by yourself, it will be no problem at all. So going further, okay, I have here columns and walls. So simply I will, after BC, I will do the raft. I can do this manually. Then after the raft, I will do the maybe underground waterproofing. Okay. And maybe after the BC, we'll do the waterproofing itself. Then after the waterproofing, we'll do the raft like this. So here, underground dam proofing. I can make this columns finish to start. So I'm start shaping my activities. And now I'm going to put some more relationships. Like I have here the masonry. What's after the masonry? I finish the masonry, okay, and I be sure that the lag is 28 days, so the slab above is completely dry and the scaffolding should be removed. This you can change this one to whatever number you want. Okay, so now what we can put after the masonry works, we can put here for the finishes, for example. Let's see, take one activity. For the rough finishes, what we need to have here, LV cables, for example. We need to do the whatever cable. Let's say filter the cables port. Cable. Okay, we have here. So this one cable tray. This LV cables. We can use it here. Now we can copy this one. As we can see, if we would like to save all our relationships, we can paste it here. Then we can delete everything we have. So what is before cables? The cable trace. So we can put this one here. All the cables link it to the cable trace. With finish to start, lag 0, okay. What else? Cables, cable trunking, no. LV cable, cable trace, LV cable, cable trace. Okay, so what is before cable trunking? We can use the cables itself. Before cable trunking, we will have the cables, and we have finish to start, lag 0. And what else we have here in the cable section? MV cables also, we have MV and LV. So MV medium voltage, LV low voltage. So what is before MV cables? Before MV cables, cable tray. Okay. What is before cable trunking? We can do but also before cable trunking, the MV cables, which is this one. Finish to start. Okay. And I don't recommend to do too many relationship at one time, because if you are not very concentrated, you might have a loop where you have wrong relationships. So 4 or 5 relationships at a time is enough. So let's start with this one. Relationships, we'll go to refresh all. Okay, we have this nice one. Let's copy it from here, relationships, paste. Don't forget to delete the other ones. Save, close. When it is 0, to be honest with you, let me tell you one secret. When the relationship is 0, it is not too important to make it text to column on this one. So let me try to import without text to column to see if it works. File, import, spreadsheet, and here is the downloads. I should put it in somewhere easier. Okay, next, activity relationships. Next, finish. Okay. As you can see here, we have our relationships. Very nice, good. Let me verify the, here you can see cable tray, MV cables, LV cables. Very nice. Then after this two, as you can see here, we have two relationships because we make it 2 times. We have here the, after MV cable, LV cables, we have cable trunking. Very nice. Okay. So what else we can do here? We have a lot of activities without relationships. So we can find now some area to work on it. All this one final finishes, not now. Wall finishes, wow, this is too much. Why this one? I have a problem with this one, to be honest. Let me check. So you can see this is 60 days. The ground floor level. Let me filter all the wall finishes to take a look at it. We are talking all 5 days, 5 days, 5 days. So why 5 days in the lower levels? Okay. And then we have here some more days. But why here I have 60 days? So I'm going to copy this one. Going back to my activities, I don't need this one. Remember to clean up your sheets. Control V here. 60 days. From where it came from? Double click. It will give me from where 60 days came. It came from the wood veneer. Wood veneer, it looks like it is only loaded to ground floor. That's why it's causing a problem. I think so. Yes, it's loaded only to the ground floor, you can see. So coming back to my activities list, here, I'll not put it 60, I'll make it, what is the other activity? 20. So don't remember to delete this additional sheet. From the duration, make data, refresh all. See what is the activity, we'll have it here. Remember, we need to do it 2 times. 20 days. Okay, so I'm going to change this one to 20. Okay. So what is before wool finishes? Let's have some relationships to the wool finishes. I'll go to my relationships sheet, save. I'm going to save this one also. So I'll have it for record. If for any reason I had to repeat my work, so it will not be a big deal. Like I need to make it this one, okay? So wool finishes. What is before wool finishes? Before I starting the wool finishes? Definitely I should have the masonry. And by the way, we did here, I don't call it mistake, but it is not a well breakdown that we didn't make plaster alone, paint alone, and so on. So in normal sequence of work, you should do it. Segregate the paint, the plaster, and so on. But since we are here, all finishes before it's the masonry, finish to start lag 0. Okay. What else before wall finishes? I would like to add some MEP works, first fix. For example, pipes. This time, I'm going to use the pipes before wall finishes. But I'll make it finish to finish, and I'll make lag, let's say, 15 days. So at least this activity will be finished by 15 days to finish the whole finishes. Okay, what else we have here? Domestic cold water, hot water, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I can use it also here before the wall finishes. I'll put lag, finish to finish, 15 days. What else I have here before the wall finishes? The one we use it for, we can use distribution boards also. I'll put it here, and I'll make it also finish to finish with 10 days. I make Control C, Control V, go to my activity relationships, refresh all.
Hi, Henny. I have one question.
Tell me.
So in the So you're pasting in the predecessor and successor relationship, right? It should
Yes.
it should not be vice versa. If you can share the screen, the other one, the relationship one. Yeah, this one. So you're saying that so M42 should start after M13, right?
No,
Or
no, no. This what is before this activity? The
so
successor before. What is before this one?
okay, so M42 is before M13, right? Okay. Just wanted to understand it. Yeah. So M42 is before,
Yeah,
it's a predecessor of M56. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So what here I'm looking for what is before this one? This
Okay.
one. Got my point?
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. And thanks. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to copy all of this one and let me open the relationships. 1, 2, 3. This time I have numbers, so let me do the data, text to columns, next, comma, next, and text, finish, save, close, and then file, import, spreadsheet, on the downloads, activity relationships. Okay, let me schedule now. As we can see here, wall finishes, all of this one before the wall finishes. Masonry, finish to start, pipes, finish to finish was like 15, domestic, 50, finish to finish 15, and all our activities looks fine and very good. And this was implemented to all floors, one shot for all floors. Okay, let's have, okay, one also. What is before panel boards? We can say that before panel boards, we should have, but before this one, I'm going to copy this one as a bank for me to just remember what I have did. Panel boards, what is before panel boards? I can say masonry. This is the panel boards. Where is the masonry work? Okay. And the relationship will be finished to start 0. What else activities we have here? Let's see. What is before? I'm looking for what is before. What is before waterproofing? Before waterproofing, I can say also masonry. Before waterproofing, I can put masonry. Finish to start. 0. Okay, what is before metal doors? Before metal doors, let's say we have wall finishes. What is wall finishes here? Wall finishes. So I would like to implement this one to all what I have. Finish to start 0. I like the relationship finish to start. It's very good relationship actually. I try to use it as much as I can. What is before aluminum doors? Same. Before aluminum doors, I will use the same one, wall finishes. Okay, what is before wood? Same, wall finishes. Okay. So see, I can do too many relationships at one time. This time I'm trying to do more. What is before glass doors? Same. Okay. What is before windows, let's do the same also wall finishes. Let's link all this one to wall finishes. Okay. Curtain walls. What is okay? Floor finishes. Floor finishes. What is before floor finishes? Let's take it wall finishes also. We'll make walls, then floors, or make it start to start. We can make it start to start. We can make it start to start with like, let's say 10 days for the floor finishes with wall finishes. Okay, then all we started with this one. We can put before this one also. We need the floor finishes to be completed for all these activities. So we link all the doors and so on to floors and walls. Let me see how it looks like this one. Data refresh all. I'm going to my relationships. I told you that's why I did two files. Sometimes the Primavera stuck for one, so I'm using the second one. Okay, I can delete all of this one. I don't need. Okay. See, we are importing 265 relationships. Now we want to make this one format cells number with no decimal, and then data, text to columns, next, comma, okay, text, finish, then save, close, file, make it refresh this database, F5, file, import, spreadsheet, select this one, downloads. Which one I finish? Relationship ones. Okay. Next. Update existing. Next, finish. And the import was successful. Let's run it to see the impact. You can see here metal doors, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then you can do as many relationships as you want. Very simple, very easy. Don't forget to go to the relationships, save this one. The bank for you. You might need to use it later on. You can resize all of the table like this. So don't keep any empty space here. And be sure that there is no empty when you are doing the refresh. Let's do it one more. Electrical works. So we have here electrical works. Okay. What is before electrical works? I would say the masonry. The masonry works. finish to start with lag 0. What else we have here? We have too many. That's why you need to. Okay, we have pipes, as I remember. What we have here, pipes here, yes. Also, the pipes will be done after the masonry. Okay. Then, before the pipes is the masonry. Then, before the valves, we can also put the pipes. Then, since we did this one, we need now to make the ceiling finishes. So before the ceiling finishes, we need to have the valves installed. Okay. Then after the ceiling finishes, we will have the sprinklers, which can be here. Then we'll put the ceiling finishes. Finish to start. Like this. Let's see how it will affect our data here. Refresh all. Okay. Can copy this one. Let's check relationships this time in case still read only. Relationship 1. Okay. Let me paste 1, 2, 3. I'll delete the others. Then we have here, let's make, I told you this is not necessarily to make that text to column in the 0, but in order to avoid any errors, this activity relationship 1 now we are going to import. So file import spreadsheet downloads relationship 1 next activities relationship 1 next finish. It's important to make run after every import, because if you have a loop, it will be easy to fix the loop by deleting the latest imported relationships. Loop, it means what? This activity finished to start this activity. This activity linked to this activity. So it will make a loop. The Primavera cannot process and error message will come. So if you have this loop, okay, then you can delete the latest relationship you imported and you start putting another relationship. Okay, so what is before toilet accessories? Before I install the toilet accessories, what I need to do? First, I'm going to copy this one. Now I'm using my logic. So here, normally before making the toilet accessories, we need to have the doors. So master activity ID, I'll just drag it here. Okay. So I'll search for the name of door. It will be easy for me. Shall I link to metal door only, aluminum door only, wooden door only? If I'm sure where is the metal, where is the toilets or what area doors type, then I can link it. But in that case, for only demonstration, I'll put it all the doors should be finished before doing the accessories. And copy 1, 2, 3. Finish to start 0. Imagine the time you are saving by doing such things. So what is before this one? The mirrors, for example. I think we have mirrors. Sanity fixture also. 85. What we did this one? Sanity wire and sanitary fixtures. Sanitary fixtures, same applies for this one. We need doors to be installed before sanitary fixtures. طيب يا هاني, how I know all this information? You know it from your experience maybe. How I know it? Simply, if you don't know any kind of relationship, it is okay to ask your project team. Just simply ask them. Search it, Google it. Send me an email, ask me. don't stop. You will find a solution. Okay. What else related to doors? Think, but for now, let's import this one. I'm going to save. Data refresh all. Now I'm going to copy all of this one. Still it is stuck in relationships, okay. Data, text to columns, okay, text. So we did it, I think, too many times now. You should be familiar with it. File, import, spreadsheet, downloads, this one, next, finish. And it was successful. Very nice, very easy, very good. Okay, so far, we have here, let me tell you something. File, export, a spreadsheet, relationships. Okay, next, finish. It is still stuck in the, okay, I'll call it relationship 3. Just to tell you in this simple steps, this is all our activity relationships will open now. You know how many? 761 relationship we did, which is amazing. We did it in no time. So my purpose of this lesson is to tell you there are 2 ways to recap about this one. There are 2 ways to do the relationships. The first way, or let's say 2 areas where you can create your relationships. You can create it from here, Primavera, where you can simply click and drag. Or for example here, let's repeat it once again for, we did it for masonry. Let's do it for pipes. Okay, but here, okay, let me give you also one tip. If I make it here for pipes, I will have too many pipes, right? I only have one. Okay, good. I need to make a relationship between all of them. Then just I select all of them. Okay, right click and then link activities. That's it. Boom. Okay, so this is the first one. I can use in Primavera, click and drag. I can select all of them, making one time. Okay, and then I can use Excel. Think, what is the bulk? What is the bulk? Relationships, do it in Excel. Some smart relationships need to be done in Primavera. Some specific relationships need to be done in Primavera. I recommend, if you want to link floors together, first floor or second floor or third floor, do it in Primavera. It is easier to do it there. If you would like to do between or inside each floor relationship, do it in Excel. What I would like to tell you, for example, here, if I want to make a filter for motorized, okay, I will find mixed activities because too many activities has a motorized. But since I have here, thanks, I have my smart activity ID. So I can make simple filter. And instead of activity name, I'll make activity ID contains this is my master activity ID, then I can filter it easily. Only I can filter this one. Motorized fire smoke dampers. Then, okay, I can link all of them together. Right click, link activities, or I can change their duration, or I can do whatever I want. Okay. To be honest, making the relationships now it's almost 1.5 hours. We did around, in my opinion, we did around 20% of the relationships of the project. In real project, you might spend 1 week doing only the relationships. And in real project, this time schedule could take from you a complete month to create it from scratch. So our course, how many hours it will be? 20 hours, 30 hours? Of course, we cannot do everything in the course, but I'm giving you the concept and you need to try to do it by yourself. It's very important to do these steps by yourself, because if you listen only to this lesson and you did not practice, I guarantee you that after a couple of days, you will completely forget what we was talking about. So my advice to you, now I need you to take, I'll give you this sheet, the Primavera, I'll give you the Excel sheet we created. What I need from you is to complete all the relationships. Try to do it yourself, whether by our Excel smart way, use it by Primavera, but you need to have all the relationships set up and in a proper way. You review it. If you have any question, email me, no problem at all. Tell me what is this, how we can link these two activities together. Even if you'd like faster solution, if for an activity, ask your team in real projects. Ask your team how we can do this, how we can link this activity, what is the activity before, Google it, ask your colleagues. But it is okay to ask. This is I would like to tell you, it is okay to ask, and it is okay to even in, you know, in the PMP, there is always a term called expert judgment. It is always mentioning that we need to refer to expert in this area to ask them, okay, we will do the valves and accessories after plaster or before plaster, or can we do it before pipes or after pipes, before sealing or after sealing? It's okay. It's okay to ask, nothing wrong at all. Whatever your seniority level is, you can always ask about questions and information from your project team. However, by using this module, as I told you, you are saving at least 60% of your time if you are doing it in the traditional way. If you take 1 week in a traditional way, working 8 hours a day to complete such a project relationships, it should take from you 2-3 days only using this smart technique, because you will you will have a very strong relationships. By the way, let's see, okay, let's say, sorry, not let's see, that we have a relationship here that we don't want to use anymore. Like after some investigation with my team, I found that there is no relationship between the waterproofing and masonry works. They told me, oh, Han, you know, there is no relationship. Waterproofing can start with or without the masonry works. How I can fix it? This is the beauty of this. What is before waterproofing? I can go here in my sheet. Let me copy this one first, so for you. When you create a smart module from the beginning, all your life will be easy. So this is a waterproofing, okay? And this is a masonry work, which is a relationship I don't want, okay? And it was finished to start, was leg 0. Then from here, I'm going to data, refresh all. Okay, I'm going to import this one. Okay, this one like this. But honey, what you are doing, we don't need this relationship. You are importing it again. We told you that we don't need it. Yes, the deleting process, same as adding processes, only with simple difference. That I'm going to type letter D here. Okay, double click it, save it, close it, and then here, file, import, spreadsheet, from downloads, next, activity relationship, this one, okay, finish, and ta-da! Waterproofing now has no relationship with the masonry work. I deleted all the relationship in all floors by one click. This is the beauty of having a smart module, okay? Also, there is another way to do it, because you can see here that we exported everything, right? But we exported wrong. Let me export it in correct way. File, export the relationships again. Activity relationships. Okay. Make it 5. Activity relationship 5. Next, finish. Okay, we agreed that once we make this one, we delete this one. Okay, so let's say I would like to delete, Yahani, the relationship between what we have here, domestic cold water and blue core. So simply, I will filter this one in the predecessor. Okay. Then I will filter this one in the masonry here in the successor. M42. Oh, what we have here? What was it? M68. Oh, it is the other way now. Masonry work first in the predecessor and the other one in the successor. In the predecessor, the masonry work. Okay, the other one is in the successor, because we are looking for the successor here. Is this one. And simply I can import this one and click copy and put the letter D here and import it. All the relationships will be deleted. When you are working in intermediate project size, it is important to learn different techniques. Sometimes this one will be easier, the other one will not be easy. So it is important to understand several techniques to do the import and export and this sort of things. Okay, try to do it by yourself. You'll find it easy. If you have any question, don't hesitate to contact me. I hope you'll find this lesson easy. See you in the next one.